Case file 008 documents the summer of 22, the reported sighting of something truly inexplicable, maybe even a little evil.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And then we'll be walking and talking, but you'll just be very dismissive, right?
Jojopyun's like a really good actor, I think. If they say whatever they want him to do, he'll do it, and he'll do it pretty good, I'll admit, so.
Torch it.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me. Torch it.
I mean, Jojo is pretty good at acting, I think.
That's not trash talk. This is trash talk. Hi. This is pissing me off right now. I'm pissed off.
I can feel that.
That was completely bad. You guys should be disappointed in yourself. Honestly, I did way better, but I keep talking, I think.
Not really impressed, because I'm also good at acting, so.
Welcome back to the LCS. That was brilliant. Speaks for itself. What a blast we had filming that content piece at the top of the year. We got EG stepping onto the stage across from Golden Guardians in this next one. We're gonna play a little bit of a game here.
Where's your chair?
They removed it. They took it away.
Okay,
They said you don't have enough energy. Get on your feet. Get moving around.
That's
We're playing a game. It's called Guess the Tweeter.
Oh,
So we're heading to the tweeter sphere.
I was built for this.
We're gonna show you a tweet. It's up to the three of you to guess who tweeted it.
Is it all players in the upcoming game, or is it literally anyone?
I don't know. They didn't tell me.
It's
So we're all gonna find out together. I don't know the answers to any of these.
I'm gonna guess last because I feel like I'm a gremlin
You
on
feel like
Twitter.
you figured it out.
I'm a
Okay.
gremlin on Twitter.
So we're gonna
I
move
know
quick.
things.
You don't get a lot of time.
You guys go.
Being on social media gives me hives, so I am not like Raz at all. I'm guessing Ablazeolive.
Okay, can't wait to verse my idol Bjornsson
in playoffs. Oh wait.
Going with Ablazeolive.
Did they even play in playoffs? Raz, go. I want to see your answer.
Whatever.
I think it's a Blaze.
You think it's Ablazeolive?
Okay, sure.
Emily
I'll
already
get
went in
one.
there.
That's
All
it,
three are
that's it.
going to Ablazeolive. Can I get the reveal?
Jojo!
Jojo!
That was
all
my
got it
first
wrong.
instinct, and I
Wow,
thought it was too
wrong.
nice.
We
Holy.
even gave you the tease with
Okay.
that opening video. We
Holy.
put it in your head.
As I was reading through it, I was like in
You didn't
playoffs.
answer my question. Okay.
Should have had it. All right,
Let's go,
tweet
let's go.
number 2. Guess the tweeter. It's another mid laner, it appears. My jungler has been maxing E on Wukong this whole time. I can't focus. You used to max E on Wukong, by the way. I guess with the with the changes.
Okay,
and the...
it's Jojo.
Okay, I would
he
laugh so
tweets a
hard if
lot.
they're all
He
JoJo.
tweets a lot.
Okay, so Jat's going with JoJo. Who do we have here?
I'm going Olive.
I'll go Olive.
Both of these are
Yeah.
going for Olive. Let's get
Eventually
the
it's gonna be
reveal.
Olive.
Yeah, gotta keep winging it out there.
It's
there we go.
Ablazeolive.
Okay,
Well done. A point to
going,
each
keep
of you.
going.
Tweet number 3.
Let's tweet number 3.
Guess the tweeter.
My name is Patterson.
It's another mid laner, EG30.
Yo.
It's
Is
Jojo.
this a trap? I feel like it has to be JoJo,
It
but then
feels like it could be a
it
trap.
could just be Olive
It's
commenting
for
on
sure
other
JoJo.
games.
I'm doing
So
Jojo.
Raz is diving in on JoJo.
I'll go JoJo.
JoJo
Abadaga.
and Abadaga just left
There it
field.
is.
Let's get the reveal here. Guess the tweeter.
We were
Ablazeolive.
all wrong.
Wait, this is just tough.
It was definitely a
This
big.
is hard.
Raz was
I was
talking.
drunk.
Raz
All
was
the
talking
JoJo
such a
tweets.
big game
He
before
was.
this. He's like, I should guess last always because I'm on Twitter so much. This will be very easy for me. Next tweet. Here we go. Guess the mid laner. First tweet. Learning how to use Twitter won't be streaming until Saturday.
Fudge.
I mean, that has to be Jojo. That man does not tweet. That man does not tweet.
I like the fudge call out.
He doesn't tweet anything but like.
And he
trash
doesn't-
talk.
You said it was JoJo?
And then
Yeah,
I
think
could
it's
see
JoJo.
this being JoJo's very
I'll
first
go.
tweet.
I'll go Olive. I can
And you're
also
gonna
see
go
it
Olive?
being JoJo's first tweet. Just
All right.
to split the difference.
This is hard.
And it's fudge.
There it is.
No, it is
JoJo.
JoJo. You are
Is this
correct.
Fortnite? Is he streaming Fortnite?
I don't know.
It has to be. First tweet. That's what he is.
I guess
I'm
it was a
getting word that he
Fortnite
was.
stream.
There
You
it
are
is.
correct, as
All right.
confirmed.
So this
Jad,
could be years
Jad,
old.
I would love for you to get on the board with this last one here. Guess the tweeter. Europe is worse than NA.
It's Jojo.
It's JoJo is
Yeah.
what he's going to go with. What do the two of you think?
Any reasoned individual. No, it's Jojo.
Feel like
JoJo?
This is
Yeah.
probably JoJo.
JoJo?
Or Perks.
Can we
One
get
of
the
the
reveal?
two.
That's actually true. Could have been Perks. It's Ablazeolive.
How would he
My
know?
goodness, y'all got baited left and right with
Wow.
all these tweets.
We're terrible at this.
It was 3 Olleh.
You didn't know that apparently Ablazeolive is actually like, he's the one blazing the trail for trash
He's actually
talk.
such a good shit talker. It's insane.
Gotta love this one, though. 2022 Spring LCS champion sitting beside the 2022 Summer LCS champion on their flight back to LA from Korea. What?
Inspired? I'm just kidding.
Too good.
That's
Too good.
cute.
A ton of fun before these two teams jump out on stage against each other for the day. Now, during the 2022 Summer Split, you need to make sure you use your MasterCard to purchase in the in-store client and save your MasterCard on file to be entered for a chance to win a trip to a LoL World 2022 Finals event or a set of 9, yes, that's right, 9 Player of the Week statues and a MasterCard prepaid card. Before we go to casters, or as we ready up to head out to the arena, Jojo shared his thoughts on his fellow mid laner and all of Golden Guardians. Check it out.
I think Golden Guardians is like another fine team that I don't worry too much about. I'm only worrying about like the top teams. So I mean, I think Golden Guardians, we just gotta focus on ourselves again. We don't really care about what they do. Just focus that we play well, and the wins will come. I don't know too much about Blaze, all his strengths or weaknesses. I haven't versed him too much, so I mean, I can't really say right now. So I don't know. It'll be exciting to verse Ablazeolive again. I mean, I feel like I'll stump him again, so it'll be fun to verse him.
Never a man left wanting for confidence. Jojo don't even know who you are.
He's like, I don't really know who that guy is. I'm looking forward to playing him because I'm gonna beat his ass.
I love to see it. Confidence players, they're fun to watch. They're fun to cheer for them. They're fun to cheer against them. They're just fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Polarizing players. That's what people love to see, man. You either love to watch them or you love to hate them.
You either love to watch them or you love to watch them lose.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
It. That's what makes the most fun. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. I read that on a box of cookies somewhere. Or
on
something.
a laugh love card or something like that.
Or on the underside of the capsule, one of those tea bottles they have here, like philosophical tea.
An interesting fact there.
Yeah, it's one of those. Well, anyway, interesting fact, we're into the draft. Let's see how it goes. Callista banned out by EG. They're also going to take
Corky, let's go.
Let's go. No Callista either, because she kind of sucks from the games that I've seen of her, so I don't really want to see her anymore. And we got Wukong banned out by the Golden Guardians.
No monkeys allowed.
They do not want to. Well, so I actually think this is big brain from Golden Guardians, right? They want to keep it away from Inspired because it's a top tier pick.
Yeah.
But Ablazeolive was the one who tweeted, my jungler doesn't know what skill to max
also
on
away
Wukong.
from their own jungler.
You stop your own jungler
double ban.
from leveling it wrong, and you stop their jungler from playing it right.
See? It's like if I was playing against you. You're good at Skarner, and I'm bad at Skarner, so it's a double ban.
Right.
I prevent myself from playing
You're
it,
not
and
allowed
I
to play
prevent you
Skarner.
from playing
Exactly.
it.
It's auto insta win. This is the big brain strat.
That's value.
This is the kind of forward thinking that North America needs. This is what we got.
This is how we win Worlds.
Banned out.
We self-ban our own champions.
Yes.
We get to Worlds. It's the penultimate game, and we just ban all our own champions. Ban the NHAs. Ban out the Rise. What are the other champions that have failed us?
As the great prophet Michael Santana once said, how are the enemy players going to know what the hell you're doing if you don't even know what the hell you're doing? That's how you gotta play it.
Never let them know your next move, Flowers.
Twitch is banned by Evil Geniuses as our last ban from them here in this first half. 280 carries, and then the mid laner with Corky. So with Zeri banned out by Golden Guardians is their final one here in the first half too.
Lucian Senna versus Lucian Senna.
She made it through. She made it through.
Is she going to get picked? I mean, Seraphine is really strong right now. She actually got buffed on this patch and was already getting picked before.
I'm pretty sure she's...
Lucian and Senna are the two obvious ones that like are the duos we would kind of be thinking.
Right. I'm pretty sure she's like turbo giga busted. Like everybody's not happy.
Her slow and her stun went up 50%. So E is just like a 1-point wonder now. It was already better to max W second, but the E became a 1-point wonder. So it is a 1.5 second slow, a 1.5 second stun. If it's a stun, if there's already slowed, then they get rooted. If they're already rooted, they get stunned, etc. It just lasts 1.5 seconds.
Well,
Yasuo, cool.
Yeah, locked in fast. And hey, if there's one way to shut down Seraphine's incredibly long-ranged, incredibly powerful ultimate, just win wall it.
There you go. That's good too. You were thinking a different. You were thinking a different route. I was like, I'm with you. Just
you
kill her.
actually had the way better Chad answer of just kill her first. I was like, no, we have to block the projectile. Gragas is locked in, so I like the Gragas pick, and it's also a denial away from the Gragas Yasuo combo.
Yeah, but Diana Yasuo is available, right? So
yeah.
So I mean, it is a denial. You're definitely not wrong. But there is double combos available. Gragas, I'm expecting will just go up towards Impact. Does give them some engage. I'm expecting it to be farming Seraphine bot. Oh, so it will in fact be jungle or support. It could actually be both.
Yeah.
So interesting to see that the GP is just getting locked in here. This is actually smart because his GP would probably get banned out in the second round, and you have to draft the Diana if you're going for it now or get banned out. You have to draft some sort of a knockup now or it's going to get banned out. But instead, they're just not even going for it. This is really a little bit surprising. So the Sejuani Q is a knockup, the little bump. So you do have that. But I would expect Diana to get banned out by EG now. There is, of course, the possibility of doing some kind of like wacky stuff, like maybe they're doing a Senna Yasuo lane, maybe they're doing something a little bit crazy. But if they're not doing that, you could still draft a knockup from the bottom lane to be the kind of farmer with the Senna. There's a lot of combos I've been seeing, so I'm not really sure exactly where they want to go. But Diana, of course, getting banned out is a very interesting draft. Because, I liked the idea to draft GP saying you have to pick your Diana here, but then just didn't pick Diana. So whether or not, GG kind of like outthought themselves or whether they have a big brain pick coming through, it'll be interesting. Because normally you'd be like, oh, they're going to go Alistar. But then if you go Alistar, Senna has to farm, which normally Senna is always kind of the fasting. And you don't want someone like Alistar to be the farming champ. I'm trying to think of what other good ones there are. There's obviously like Malphite and stuff. Yeah, but, not necessarily expecting that because it should be Sejuani top. And Malphite's not a great pick into GP, so.
Well, what's the last ban gonna be here from Evil Geniuses? It was Renekton and Tom Kench. So normally one of Senna's best buddies banned out by the team that drafted her themselves here for Golden Guardians. Udyr banned away, so Evil Geniuses double banning jungle role here in second part of the bans. Golden Guardians, what are we gonna do with them? Oh, we get both Wind Bros. It's a lore draft.
It is. You of all people getting excited about that is extra funny to me because I know
it's literally the only lore that's not Skarner that I know. Yasuo and Yone are brothers.
Rammus's lore. He's a turtle that says okay.
Okay. I mean, if that's all there is, I know that much. Okay, he hasn't bet as much lore as Skarner does. All right, that's fair. That's fair. You got me there. You got me there, sir. I'll concede you that point.
Okay, so this is really interesting. So now I'm thinking, is it going to be Yone top with Sejuani jungle, Yasuo mid, and then you have double melee soul lanes as the pairing? There is also still that slight possibility of it being like a farming Yasuo bot with a Senna fasting. So there's a lot of flexibility. But either way, like my biggest expectation is that it is going to be double melee soul lanes with Sejuani jungle, and then you have good ganking options. Kayn coming through and Swain. Swain is actually such a big brain pick. I already feel like EG hard won the draft regardless of what the last pick is, because this is a team that absolutely has to dive into you, and you're playing it into Swain, Seraphine, GP. Like, that is tough.
Yeah, Swain versus those squishy, vulnerable melee carries.
Oh, is it
that could be
farming Sejuani or farming Zac? Man, this is getting wacky.
Yeah, okay. You wanted a knock-up delivery system for Yasuo, you got it.
Man, let's go. This draft is cool.
This is the sickest draft we've had in so long.
This is really cool.
Get out of here, Corky. Give me this.
I mean, there's so many flex picks. So it might actually be potentially the farming Yasuo, which would be really surprising because it's like, is Olleh gonna play the Yasuo? Does he have practice on Yasuo?
I don't know.
Right? Like, Gragas gets flexed down to support. That's not a shocker. Kayn coming in is a bit of a shocker. I would be expecting it to be like a bruiser Kayn against this sort of a team. And there's so many melee champs, it'll be really easy to actually farm the souls or the energy or whatever it's called to get his Darken transform thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Rocked.
So it should be pretty easy for him to do it, but it is going to be a farming Yasuo. Olleh is playing it. I have no idea if this is going to look genius or absolutely troll by the time we're 10 minutes into the game, because Yasuo is one of those picks that traditionally it's like, you must have played Yasuo a lot for Yasuo to be a good pick. Right. Yasuo is not a good baseline champion. Like,
his skill floor is very high.
Yeah, they're very low, right? The first
low floor means it's easy to play him.
Low floor means it's bad when you start playing.
Oh, is that what it means?
High skill floor usually means that is here. At least that's my interpretation.
Oh, okay. I always thought it was backwards. My bad. High ceiling means you.
Maybe I'm in the wrong here. We'll
forget the house. It's hard to play Yasuo if you don't normally play him.
If you're bad at Yasuo, he's bad. He's not like Garen, where if you're bad at Garen, he's still Garen.
Yeah, first time Yasuo, you want to report him instantly from Champ Select. So
how many games of Yasuo has Olleh played? Like,
how many?
Like, legitimately, is he just going full random first timing Yasuo, or does he have like a one-trick Yasuo Smurf account that he's just like a Yasuo enthusiast secretly?
I am so ready for this. This is the most exciting draft. Is this the most exciting draft we've had all year? It might be.
League of Legends is fun sometimes.
It's when you get crazy stuff like this, it's fantastic. Okay, so let's.
They had like 15 flex picks in the Golden Guardians draft. I mean, that was just really cool. Like, it was really hard to tell where everything was gonna go.
Well, we do have Conqueror on Inspired, so I am fully expecting this to be Red Kayn. Blue Kayn's one-shot skill strategy doesn't really work with Conqueror.
Just even based on the team comp, I thought it would have been, you know, for sure. When if you're trying to go Assassin Kayn into 4 melee, like the only person you could farm the souls from is Senna, right? Like you need to hit ranged champions, I believe, for the Assassin form, melee champions for the red form. So you're going to be able to get that pretty easily if you can scrap. It's also great against low damage champs because you can just like walk at a Zac or Sejuani and not really worry about dying, even if you don't kill them. You just get a little bit of damage on them. Work towards that transform here. But this is going to be really interesting. Like, how good is Inspired at Kayn? You know, how practices jojopyun at Swain? I think it's one of the best anti-dive champions in the game. I also think Vulcan, you know, on the Gragas, the disengage potential there is very, very high. Diving through GP ult, very, very hard. And if you do not win wall that Seraphine ult or insta-kill the Seraphine, then diving into Seraphine ult is also a disaster. So, fellas, we do have a banger. That is straight facts.
Hell yes. Olleh also having so many tools to deliver his ultimate into the fight. Zac is the one that obviously stands out.
Zoom in on Olleh. Let's really watch.
Yeah, you talked about Sejuani also having the knockup. We know Yone's got 2 knockups as well with the Q3 as well as his ulti.
Judges every move. Does he hit the Q? No.
No. First Q3 miss for Olleh's Yasuo.
He actually whisked one before that, so he's 0 for 2.
Oh, no.
Oh, he missed the Q on the minion.
This is a little bit troubling.
But he has the push.
That's important. They're controlling the lane. They've got priority.
He's
it's about
lane
sitting
dominant
on
Yasuo.
That's the best way to play it.
It's across the halfway point.
I'm also, he's level 2, and I haven't
Let's
seen him
continue overreacting
through
to
every
everything
minion
we see.
So I'm a little bit worried about that.
Oh
no, Licorice.
I'm a little bit worried for Licorice.
Yeah, that.
Oh.
Okay. All right, he's chilling. He's hanging out for now. Barrel misses.
Oh.
Impact not going to be able to set him up on that one. Inspired now coming out as Licorice just already charged forward with the Arctic Assault. Remember, this Sejuani build, it doesn't take flash, and he's got no way home. First blood over to Inspired.
Great patience from Inspired ends up paying off. As that's all they were waiting for. He just had to use the Q. As soon as he uses the Q for the trade, Impact's just walking at him. And as soon as he uses that Q, you are dead to rights, no flash, no way out. He will TP back early, but I think the wave was actually pushing away from him, so pretty awkward stuff.
And hey, good read from Inspired to get up there and be ready and recognize, hey, that's a no-flash top laner. Both these guys are scrapping early. High chance for a kill here, and it pays off.
Yep, and he gets first blood and heads out to a faster transform, which is so big. I mean, Kayn is like half a champion pre-form, and I feel like a champion and a half post-form. So, you know, you just get such an insane spike when you do get that. Jojo had the push here. So, you know, Pridestalker just walking through mid, trying to get that for a Blaze. He can push this in, look to get a reset, help to get his jungler that bot side scuttle. Could actually potentially double scuttle. Neither jungler went towards top side. I think that Pridestalker had the read that Inspired must have already done it, perhaps. But Zac getting a safe early clear is always going to be really good. 6 camps into scuttle is pretty much always what you want to do on Zac. You can theoretically look for early game ganks, but like I generally feel like until level 5, Slingshot has no range, right? Like you're doing a long jump and you're jumping from like 1 foot, and then you jump like 1 foot forward, right? You're going nowhere with the early game Slingshot. So
it's kind of the similar problem with Kayn, how you're talking about since Kayn's half a champion, he doesn't get the things that make him feel good to play. One of the biggest selling points of Zac is engage from 2,000 units away, right? Like be this team fight delivery system, but at level 1 and level 3, it's just not there.
And I will say, Zac, though we haven't seen him in pro play in a long time, has been really good in solo queue for quite a while. The Sunfire Demonic Embrace build is actually just super OP on pretty much everyone who can build it well. Zac is one of my favorites for playing that build. Shyvana jungle also really good for playing that build. So any of those style champions are super, super effective. You know, you get damage out of that burn, you get damage from the HP, you know, health to damage conversion with AP. So that is really, really effective, and we'll see how well he's going to be able to perform on this. Looking like he's heading towards an early dragon. They have push on bot. They've had perma push.
Yeah.
So going to be able to start up this dragon here very early with Zac. Of course, who's not good at soloing the dragon, but with a couple people around, it doesn't really matter.
Vulcan can throw the barrel over the wall. It's not going to get a whole lot of value out of that. So boom, it pops. Doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, first Drake here, slightly before 5.5 minutes. And
very fast.
Easy stuff there for the Golden Guardians. It is a gold lead still for Evil Geniuses because they did get the first blood up here in the top lane. Impact about to deliver a Trial by Fire plus Demolish onto this turret for a little bit more damage. Doesn't quite get the Demolish in there, but Impact having control over this lane. We know Gangplank's not going to struggle too much with Sejuani in general, and also just having all the extra money from his passive. Not running first strike here on this one, opting for the grasp for the better trading instead. More survivability there in the lane.
I mean, generally, GP only is going to struggle against the tank if you get way behind, right?
Yeah.
Like, if your damage stops mattering. But, I mean, Licorice's first buy was literally refillable, so you're never going to be too worried in a lane about that. Of course, Impact did not get the first blood himself, so just went for the early cull. This is just a move for a reset. This is not a gank. Licorice is out of mana, and he needs to get back to base ASAP, so Pridestalker is going to walk up, help him reset. This is actually a critical part of helping your weak side top laner, and this is something that a lot of junglers, I think, don't understand. With Kayn here, though, the wave could get frozen, and this is going to get a little bit awkward. They're actually going to go for the play. He has level 6 ult.
Licorice just already charged again, but he is able to walk out of that one. The Glacial Armor coming in clutch there.
Yep, with that Glacial Armor, he's immune to slow, so the GP ulti did not get him that slowdown, and he's just able to walk it out. But that's something I think a lot of junglers, have a poor understanding of, is even if it's a losing matchup, people see, oh, he's playing weak side, you just never go there. But you need to help the guy get resets on the wave, because generally if you are playing the losing matchup, oh, that was close.
Oh, Ablazeolive looking for the solo kill onto Jojo. He forces the flash out of him. Ablaze flexing muscles there on the Yone a little bit, but Evil Geniuses are not done here on the top side. They still want to grab the kill on Licorice. Kayn is excellent for this because of the aggro drop underneath the turret. EG make it 2 up there in the top side.
Yeah, that was really nicely done. Well played, though, by Ablazeolive still, mid lane. He almost hit with that ulti. If he connected with his ulti, that's probably just a dead Jojo. Now he's looking!
Oh, Jojo!
Oh, he's got him.
Maybe you need to learn who he is and what he does now, Jojo. Taken down by Ablazeolive as a massive wave is just eaten alive underneath that tier 1 turret.
Yeah, Ablazeolive's gonna make him remember the name for next time. Jojo getting solo killed there early on. Already had forced out the flash, the ulti defensively there. Jojo dies after having TP'd back, I believe, so that's a rough one. Coming back, going to be having the wave pushing away from him, so is going to be down a bit of farm, is going to be down pressure. The early Zerker creeps are always so nice on Yone, and so far so good for both the mid lane and the bot lane. It feels like for Golden Guardians. Olleh doing absolutely fine here. He's down a couple of CS, but going to be exciting to see how it plays out. So yeah, Jojo TP's back in. This was the initial play that we saw. Knock up there with the Q3. Snaps back and then was actually looking for the ulti. Got a lot of autos down during that E, which is really, really hard to trade into. When Yone E's forward, you have to respect it so much. It's very difficult to actually trade into that because of the damage amp and the fact that if Surf was bad, he just snaps back, then push in here. Jojo just not standing far enough back. I think didn't have the read that the E would be back available.
Yeah.
But Yone's engage range is so long. With the Q3 plus the flash plus the E, it's like a full screen away. And Jojo just gets taken down.
Well, you can see FTX Total Gold here on the side of the screen is still Inspired, the richest man on the map.
Yeah.
2 kills, both of those that he's got so far up there in the top side, taking out Licorice. Golden Guardians moving on to the Rift Herald themselves, but it does not look like they're going to be challenged for it, so that'll be a freebie pickup. Remember, they were also the ones that grabbed the first Drake down there nice and early. That second one going to be spawning in less than 90 seconds here too. So although Golden Guardians are down pretty significantly in gold, almost 2,000 now is the lead for EG, they're at least getting something back. They're taking the early objectives.
Yep, absolutely. Getting those early objectives, and they're going to have a pretty powerful wombo combo, right? Like, they've clearly drafted for one type of style. It's especially important keeping this Swain down, because honestly, if Swain gets too far ahead, it's going to be very problematic to actually deal with him. If you cannot burst Swain down, you just can't kill him, right? And this style of composition that Golden Guardians have is so upfront with the damage. When Yone goes in and Zach goes in and Yasuo goes in, you use all your ultis. If Swain doesn't die there, he's going to really start roasting you. When he's on Leandry's, plus almost guaranteed he's going for Zonias against this style of burst comp, it's going to be very, very difficult to actually knock through that.
Oh, Olleh getting an ulti here, going after Danny, forcing flash out of the Seraphine, throws out a wind wall just to make sure nothing else comes his way. The ultimate's still available there for Danny, but he gets both summoner spells from the EG carry, so it feels good for Golden Guardians.
I see someone getting dope again.
No, it's a broken record for Licorice at this point. Evil Geniuses bullying him relentlessly.
That is so sad. Both of them have 1 hit of HP as well from the tower, but EG just juggling it well, using the R reset. One discussion I actually had, pre this season starting about durability patch is the fact that towers are harder to dive makes champions that have mechanics that can allow you to dive those towers more valuable, right? So like Vladimir Pool, or, I mean, we haven't seen Elise in a million years, but potentially like Elise reset on tower aggro. Kayn is having that same sort of play, where, yes, the towers are super powerful, but you have the E to actually, or your R, excuse me, to be able to drop turret aggro, which makes it even more valuable than it would have been otherwise. So you're pulling off dives that people just aren't really expecting you to be able to go for in some cases. This, of course, a pretty obvious one, but there is no wave, so maybe feeling like, hey, there's no wave and I have a bunch of my own minions, they can't dive me just straight up like this, but GP ult gets dropped down. It was actually a really nicely buffered ult there from Licorice, but not going to be enough to keep him safe here, and goes down for the 3rd time this game, despite the fact that he's actually kept very even in farm.
Yeah, the farm's going just fine, but they know that they can punish him over and over like this. Golden Guardians going back to the Drake, looking to take number 2 here. Evil Genius is bringing bodies up. They might want to contest this. Inspired goes over the wall. Inspired with the smite and the steal as the Seraphine ulti comes out, but will not be successful.
Oh, that feels so bad when that happens. End up losing the dragon there, so they're going to lose their stacking advantage. The Goredringer already done for Inspired as well. Big man on campus. He is definitely really, really strong at this point. An impact now with the Mythic completed is going to be very difficult for Licorice to actually deal with here. He's going Triforce, so it is much more that bursty style option. Not going Sunder, you know, which a lot of people like against HP stackers, but is going to be more valuable against the Yone, the Senna, the Yasuo, who are really the true threats come 5v5 time.
Ablazeolive just running at JoJo yet again when that E is ready. But you mentioned earlier how Gangplank's not going to struggle into a tank unless they just get far ahead of him and they can outpace his damage. If they can't do that, Gangplank's damage is so obnoxious in the laning phase. Point and click with that Q, with the Grass proc, or First Striker. Whichever rune you want to take is going to make it better. And he just keeps walking up and shooting you over and over. It's not a fun experience.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, it's very, very difficult for champions like this from behind. Sejuani does not have the ability to threaten an all-in. We can watch this steal one more time over the wall there. Just really nicely timed. It looked like a little bit of damage from Danny, plus the smite coming through at the same time. Pridestalker just able to use the slingshot to get out of that Seraphine ulti, or he would have been going down as well, or at the very least losing passive. Good job from Licorice there, winning the barrel minigame. It is an important part of staying alive on that top side, because for him, it's just about minimizing loss at this point, right? Like, he got dove multiple times in a row. The 1v1 has been fine for him, but he's going to be locked under that tower as a result.
Ablazeolive going in. Of course, Vulcan knows there's no point in trying to jump in there and make any play when he's in the E. He can just reset that position as you were already talking about. Rift Herald summoned up here in mid lane. Gonna just try to get the 2-plate value out of that one. Time is running out on plates in general. Evil Genius is trying to stop it. Pridestalker just jumps in to make sure nothing bad happens and they get to interrupt it. Meanwhile, top side, first turret of the game, and all of that plate money goes over to Impact thanks to the advantages that he was bought by Inspired's repeat visit.
He is 2,300 gold ahead individually, so that is really rich GP. And next wave, he cashes out the call. So it's going to get worse, right? Like, he has so much gold in his pocket here. You know, if he cashes out Cole before he goes home, he's going to have like 2,400 gold or so to actually spend up when he gets back to base, which is going to be really, really
There it is.
At 2,450, that is scary stuff for Golden Guardians. But at the very least, they still are doing pretty well on this bottom side. It's looking like a shield bow rush for both Ablazeolive and Olleh. Ablazeolive stopping for the Zeal, you know, is just super, super efficient on Yone. This is kind of like the go-to build for most players that like Yone, is they just go Zerker Greaves into that Zeal, and then you have a lot of early power, even just without that. And then you move towards the shield bow, you know, get your IE, etc. later on.
And one thing that I'm also going to be looking at here for both these teams that'll be important as the game goes on, grievous wounds and shutting down some of the healing. Yasuo and Yone can both heal a ton from lifesteal. Teams have Seraphine and Senna. Swain is a massive healer as well. I feel like the value of grievous wounds, even in its nerfed state post-durability patch, is massive for both of these teams.
Yeah, for sure. You know, honestly, I would like to see Danny just go for the Enchanter grievous wounds item. I think that is really, really effective. Yeah, Chemtech Putrefier. Because you can kind of just AoE apply it with the W, which is really, really nice. Good Ghost Splash pop, though. So able to force that out. Nicely done by Licorice. You know, he has to be able to make these kind of plays. You don't want to just be locked in a side lane forever. GP looking to match up against Yone now in that top lane as things have shifted around. But remember, there's no tier 1, so he can get chased down.
Triple barrel combo. Impact gets the slow.
So
they're just waiting on the barrel. Wait for Ablazeolive to have to reset his position. Fate sealed. Right back where he came from. Right back into the ground.
Yeah, gonna be an easy kill there. Not really sure what the idea was with the R. Maybe he was trying to do something like where you buffer it as the E expires or
and you
something.
think you unstoppable your own unstoppable so you don't get yo-yoed, or
I'm not sure. Maybe he thought that he was gonna like snap him back first, then the R would go off. But
yeah,
otherwise, I don't really.
Maybe that was it.
That's
you,
what
you yo-yo yourself.
Yeah, like the E would snap and then you would go. That's the only thing I could think.
Pridestalker's moving in, trying to clean up impact now. The Zac with the Sunfire Aegis completed.
Zac
It's a very
Barrett's.
scary boy. Nice job flashing over the wall there from Impact to get away from it. Pridestalker still seeing if maybe he wants to chase any further, but Impact has managed to get away. Inspired going after that Herald. Got a little spooky there with some of the spin of damage over the wall, but he secures it.
A little spooky for Impact as well. I mean, he was messing with the little kid tank. You know, the Sejuani has been getting picked on.
Yeah. His
dad just came to town. This big Zac coming in with the completed Sunfire.
Oh, but
there
talking
it is
about
for him.
completions, that one is huge. Red Kayn is online. Rost is ready to go. He gets all the extra vamp. He gets the CC power of throwing you up into the air with the W.
And
Massive
against 4 melee, the value you're going to get from Gore Drinker is very high. It's so easy to get multi-man Gore Drinkers when you are against this 4 melee comp. Expecting Pridestalker to go towards Demonic Embrace now, but you can see Zac actually has some pretty high damage, you know, when you can really get in the mix, and on 2 items, it's a huge spike. If you can continue to farm effectively and get towards there, you know, at a decent clip, you really can threaten the backline because their only magic damage is the Zac and the Sejuani, right? So tabbies are going to be highly effective and armor's going to be highly effective. jojopyun is kind of flanking here.
Jojo forced to ult very early, but Golden Guardians just dogpiling him. Jojo stays alive thanks to the stopwatch. He's trying to get himself out of here. Impact wants to protect his mid laner a little bit, but now Impact's in trouble. Remember, he already flashed away earlier top side. Impact doesn't have any way out.
It's Kayn
Unless they're able to
time!
fight back. Inspired jumps in here in a 1v4. How long can he keep this going? Flashing back over the wall. Staying alive, though. Golden Guardians still looking to chase him down. Still looking for a little bit more. Pulls him back in with a stretching strikes. Evil geniuses. jojopyun, what are you doing?
jojopyun trying to set up the flank, but Golden Guardians just sniffed it out. They find him, they take him down, and everyone from EG, it felt like, just decided to try to pile in to actually bail him out. As a result, a huge win for Golden Guardians. They get a second dragon, they're gonna get a bot lane tower, they get a bunch of kills. Just like that, the game is pulled right back to almost even. They were a good 3,000 behind before this, so a huge swing in the game. And that shutdown as well.
And that turret bottom side. Hold on, let's go back, check the play real quick. When the Rockcat flipped the switch replay, Jojo getting caught. Started it all.
So he actually cleared out the pink ward. So they had full knowledge that he was in the area. And trying to play in this area, you know, just gets collapsed on from multiple sides. Jojo, I think, if anything, would have needed to try to flash the fat part of the wall here and just escape. Impact decides to try to come in and bail him out, and you can see it's just kind of a split decision because 3 members of EG are up here on the dragon, but aren't able to really burst it down quickly. Danny bails out to try to come over here and help, but he just gets 1v1 by the Kayn on the top side of your screen right up there. He's actually getting burst down by Ablazeolive. Impact tries to come over and help, but he doesn't have his flash, and he gets taken down. Then Inspired pulls in. This was just really split decisions from EG, atypical for them.
Yeah.
This is, I think, the kind of like bad side of how sometimes EG play in team fights, where they're so of one mind. If a call is made, even if it's the wrong call, they're often going to all go for it, and it does sometimes cause these kind of funny looking plays where, you know, Jojo clearly made a mistake, but everyone's like, all right, we're fighting, right? And everyone went for it, even though they didn't really have the preparation. And now they've got to kind of dig themselves out of that little bit of a hole, are still slightly ahead, but, you know, gave away most of their advantage, so they're gonna have to play more clean from here.
And the thing I was gonna mention before the replay came on, the turret in the bottom lane, the tier 1, also was taken down, and it was Licorice who got the solo gold around that. Look at his farm. He's caught up to Impact. He's past Impact. He is right back into the game, and Impact now getting caught out here in the bottom lane. That money's going over to Ablazeolive. That feels great. Evil Geniuses with the Seraphine ulti here in mid, so they aren't gonna find anything out of that one. But Golden Guardians are striking back, man.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing a really good job here, finding some picks, you know, finding those long-range engages as well from Zac. Lots of knockups here are available for the Yasuo. Good job there from Vulcan. Buffers the E to actually interrupt that Zac slingshot, which you can do. Very frustrating interaction there for Zac. Sejuani can also do the same thing, but is, of course, on their team. And he is working towards the Demonic Embrace. He has that Blasting Wand in inventory. We can also see Danny is going to be going for the Chemtech Putrefier, so I do like that.
Well, Licorice has found JoJo up here.
Just do not hurt this guy.
Yeah, Licorice is pretty immune to this. He's got his Frostfire Gauntlet. He's just standing there burning him down. Pridestalker coming in, trying to help him finish this one off. There they go. JoJo is already down, but Evil Geniuses are coming in to maybe clean it up. Impact looking for one, finds Licorice. Pridestalker continuing to push forward for the side of the Golden Guardians, but now he's going to be popped and lose the passive. Golden Guardians trying to see if there's anything they can do here, but Inspired claims the kill. Evil Geniuses, yes, they lose one, but they get two back for it.
Yeah, and this is kind of the other side of the coin here for EG, where they are always willing to pull into these fights, and sometimes, you know, in situations where you wouldn't think they'd be able to win outright. JoJo looked like he was dead to rights, but was able to live long enough that all of EG arrives. They do turn around that fight. They go positive in the kills there, able to get something done. And Impact now on the Collector, so going to be much more of a bursty build. Again, not really building for that 1v1. It is much more about being able to burst down some of these squishy targets. Yep. JoJo gets caught out in the side lane here by Licorice, who just does not care about the damage of the Swain at this point. You know, JoJo a bit behind. Licorice doing quite well, even up a level. But Impact TP's in, the ulti gets dropped. Kayn in the middle of all these members here. Multi-man knock up there, then comboed in by Vulcan. Danny on the side landing a lot of this damage. And they are able to get a couple of those kills back. Olleh just slinking away on the side. Impact able to survive just barely as well.
Always extra value to be found too versus these champions that have anti-death passives with long cooldowns. Yeah. Being able to fight through that passive, secure the kill anyway, that's all that value just disappears. Anti-death is either game-changing or totally worthless most of the time.
Yep.
And that time, it ended up being worthless. They couldn't save him, they couldn't get him out, they couldn't trade back and forth. So feels good there for the side of Evil Geniuses to get that for free. Next Drake is 30 seconds away, and Isaac, I think we're gonna get some fights over it.
I think we are, and we're actually getting a lot of really big item completions on both sides. You know, I already talked about the Collector, but 2 items there. We have the Putrefier coming through. We have 2 items on both top jungles, so Demonic Embrace is done. That really ramps up the damage. And then the next completions that we really got to look for are the IE for Yasuo and Yone. When they actually finish that, that is such a large spike. So I might see Golden Guardians to say, no, let's actually give this dragon up and wait for the double IE spike at the next dragon, because that will be such a massive difference.
Doesn't look like they're making that call, though. Pridestalker goes in, but he's separated from the rest of the team by a good ulti coming out from Impact. Pridestalker's so low, there's no way for him to fight this one. Evil Genius is a good punish there. Now Olleh's too close. Olleh might just die, but Ablazeolive comes over the wall. 2-man Seraphine ulti, trying to take him out, and they'll get both. The power of anime can't beat the power of K-pop today, and Evil Geniuses just absolutely slaughters them.
Oh, nicely played there by EG, man. That's such a tough place for Golden Guardians to fight. You have a 4 melee comp. You cannot funnel into the Seraphine and the Swain in that type of a spot. They try to bully their way through, but they do get punished. And Danny holding the ulti until the wind wall was down. Then it looked like an ulti flash backwards away from the rest of the team to be able secure a couple-man charm there. Really well played. They grab the dragon. EG cruising here once again. It's just a really tough position when you're funneling through here. How do you actually fight through this little corridor, right? You have to walk in through that area. All of EG is stacked up. They wait until they kill Pridestalker, then they move forward. The wind wall is used defensively, so Danny here sees the angle, flashes back. 2-man ulti on both the important carries there on Olleh and Ablazeolive. Stixxay had a quick ulti to come through on the Senna to try to keep them alive, but was not quite able to do it. Seraphine defeats Kayn, much to the dismay of anime fans everywhere.
I mean, dude, looking back, I think it falls perfectly in line with what you were saying right before the fight. The better call there was to just say, hey, Infinity Edge is huge. Neither of our guys have it. Drake's score is 1-2. It's not like you're giving away even soul point. You're not close to it. That could be easily yielded, and you back off. That's going to be a pretty costly error for the Golden Guardians, who now find themselves back in the hole again. They're down 2,000 gold. EG have tied up the Drake count. EG are feeling good from that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a tough call, though, because at the same time, it's like, you know, was that the ideal fight? Not even close, right? So they may have thought, hey, if we get that engage, we're going to be able to make this happen. Olleh, a little bit of an awkward spot here. Kind of just gets bounced back to his wind wall.
Max range pull from JoJo. Finding Olleh here as the Golden Guardians. Olleh?
He was slowed by Rylai's.
There's no way out. There's no way out. He tries to do whatever he can there. Stixxay just gets caught too.
That's fair.
Golden Guardians are falling apart, man.
Yeah, the wheels just fell off all at once as Olleh just not really able to get out of there. So much CC and slows. Once the Rylai was on, he just decides, all right, I can't get out. I'm going to go back Vulcan just has to play bodyguard now because remember, you can body slam the Zac slingshot, so he needs to prevent Pridestalker from getting in the pit. He does not have his ultimate, but does have the body slam, and they see Pridestalker approaching here. It is Impact and Inspired 2-manning the Baron, so it's not that fast.
No. Licorice is also tanking up most of the aggro here. They know they have 2 meatballs to try to throw at this, but only 1 meatball has a smite to steal it. Seraphine ulti comes out. It charms them both. Golden Guardians, this is stupid. Why are they doing this? You're just getting your guys killed for no reason. There's no contest here. They don't feel like they're so far behind in the game that you have to make these plays and give these free kills.
I think they're feeling that it's just over if they lose Baron because they have no wave clear, right? It's 4 melee. How do you hold the Baron push? That's my assumption on their read of the game. But I agree, it was not much of a play to be had there. EG played it out appropriately. You know, EG did not give them any chance at a 50-50. 3-man squad zoning. Ablazeolive his bot side, so there's no way to actually fight your way in. So they do try, but EG, you know, back in control and looking very, very good. Inspired has been cruising this game, has been, you know, we saw the comment on the screen, you know, monstrous in spring playoffs, absolutely. He was great at MSI, and right where he picked off is really, really good.
Frozen Heart completed for him as well. Gonna slow down the attack speed on those Wind Brothers. Give him all that extra armor that you're talking about, and it goes back to what you mentioned. The only AP damage is a Zac and a Sejuani. It's Red Kayn. His natural lifesteal is going to give him enough to be able to survive that rather easily. So as long as you're able to resist the burst, resist the power of these now Infinity Edge enabled melee carries, you'll be just fine.
And the question is, can they find the engage? Because you can't wave clear. So the only way you stop the Baron here as Golden Guardians is by killing their opponents, right? Like, you have to actually engage and find a fight. They are on a really big spike, so if you find that perfect engage, you can get the kills. I mean, Seraphine will insta-die if you can get in on her.
Yeah.
GP potentially can insta-die there as well if you can find that flawless combo, but that is going to be what it takes, and that is why Inspired is playing bodyguard over in this section, trying to cover any sort of a flank. You know, Jojo pushing in mid, he's got eyes on Licorice, so they are just trying to check all those boxes and make sure Golden Guardians cannot find any sort of a surprising engage here, and they can slowly push in and siege down these towers.
And Ablazeolive is half HP here, so he's not in any condition to really go in for a team fight either. Golden Guardians tries to rotate over, maybe collapse on the lone man there in Jojo, see if they can force a 5v4 situation that'll make EG back away. But EG's mid laner can disengage that. The rest of the squad continues to push here in bottom.
But no flash, no ulti now on Jojo. So now they could actually try to look for an ultimate. They did cost them Licorice's ultimate, but that's fine. If Zac can find this engage here, they could potentially go. Threatening.
Ablazeolive is the one to go in, and Olleh is going to follow him. The damage comes down, but the burst isn't enough just yet. Vulcan still going to be kept alive as the Senna ulti's looking to do the same for the Golden Guardians. Olleh is first to die. The rest of the Golden Guardians will follow him into the grave. 1, 2, 3, 4, line them up, knock them down. Golden Guardians are absolutely slammed. A double kill over to Impact. Pridestalker versus the world. I don't think he's going to last too long.
It's not looking good for the Blob in this one, but what a fun game this one was. EG continuing their winning ways. 6-1 now on the split, looking really strong. But it's such a fun draft. Back and forth game, a lot of action.
More of that. Give me more of this. This is League of Legends. Somebody get the copy pasta. This is what I want to see.
This is a really, really fun one, man. You know, EG, there's going to be things you can complain about, things you can nitpick. You know, you can talk about jojopyun getting caught down in that bot side river. That fight really did go awry for EG. But that was really kind of the one lone blip on the radar. Everything else felt like very smooth, controlled. They were winning their team fights. They're playing it out very, very well. On the other side, Golden Guardians, I think a lot to be happy with as far as creativity in the draft, as far as the situations they were in. I think they're going to look back and say, hey, if we had executed a couple of these different spots better, we could have actually won out in this game. It was a really cool creative draft. I'm glad we're finally seeing, you know, some different pairings with Senna, because Senna TK is not the only way to play. There's lots of great different champions you can actually pair up with it, and Yasuo is certainly one of them.
And I mean, Golden Guardians, even though they were behind in gold early on, they had control over objectives, right? They took the first Drake. Unfortunately, they got that second one stolen at the 11th hour right there as Inspired came over the wall, but they had the first Herald. I think both teams were having a pretty close contest for a while.
Yeah.
But like the difference maker for me, the X factor. Inspired and their team cohesion. What you said, they will go in, they will play as one unit, right? That's what EG is willing to do. And it felt like Golden Guardians wasn't quite on the same page in some of these moments. Olleh getting caught out there around mid. Then they also were able to find the follow-up kill afterwards. Golden Guardians, they have a solid foundation to work with here. I loved what we got to see in the early parts of this game. It just couldn't stay together long enough to stand up against the reigning champs, who even in a world of wild drafts, very, very far deviated from what we consider to be standard League of Legends, show they got what it takes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, honestly, Golden Guardians, I would love to see more of this kind of creativity, because I think, this level of play would have beat a lot of other teams in the league. EG is one of our best teams, if not our best team. Their team fighting is something that I think everyone in the league struggles with. And that is really where things did fall apart. They just outfought, they outskirmished. But I've got to give so much credit to Inspired. He put Licorice so far down in the early game, just nonstop dives up towards that top side, got himself very, very paid, got a pretty reasonable time on his Kayn transform. And he was a big difference maker in a lot of those team fights as a result.
Well, that was one of the funnest games we have had on here in a while.
That was a good one.
That was awesome. We're joining Emily now on stage with Inspired for our Verizon post-game interview.
That was awesome. I am joined by Inspired, who just received Player of the Game for that Kayn performance. So first of all, congratulations for that. I am going to start with Kayn and just the draft overall, because there are a few really interesting things that happened here. With your drafting, basically they want to dive into you, and you chose pretty much the worst team composition for them to have to dive into with the Swain, with the Kayn, with the Seraphine. So describe to me how the draft went for you guys.
Seraphine and Swain are like very popular champions right now, and they were good into enemy comp. But with the Kayn pick, I was choosing jungle on 4-5, and it was like 15 seconds on the clock. I'm like, what do I pick here? And then suddenly Vulcan says, Kayn looks good here. I'm like, wow, true, we'll just log it in.
Nice.
Wait, I think we didn't play it since, I don't know when was the last time I played this champ, because usually it's not that good. But this time they had 5 melee champs, so I was like, it will be a free game, so yeah.
And it kind of was for you. We've been seeing a lot of jungle picks go late, actually, 2, 4, 5. What is it about the draft that's evolved that we're seeing that a lot more?
You don't really go that late with the jungle pick usually when there is no strong solo laners, because usually solo laners want to get the best matchup possible. But when you have certain champs that you can just blind and you don't really get punished, then you can look into picking jungle a bit later. And then you can adapt your champ a bit better into enemy comp, because usually if you want to 1-2 the jungler, you just pick something that is strong early and will help your team no matter what enemy picks. But yeah, this game I had the choice to pick it late to get the best champ possible.
Nice. And we have a fun story out of it too with your comps. You obviously hard targeted topside really early on. I know something you specifically had talked about, and something I spoke with Danny yesterday about, is trying to have increased communication with your lanes just based on the way that jungle has evolved this split. That looked really good yesterday. It looked really good again today. So how would you evaluate yourself in that regard?
I don't know. I don't think there need to be any communication done for me to go top there. But we just see Sejuani with no flash, and we have Seraphine bot, so obviously we just want to leave her to wave clear and just scale, because we can't really play around that lane too much. And Sejuani wants to, in order to trade, she needs to use her Q forward, and then she has no really escape tool. That's what happened level 3, and we got a free kill off of that. And after that, if I make sure I match Zac on the top side, we'll always win the fights, and I can get my form stacks and then win the game. So basically, that's the only lane I could really attack for the whole game.
Okay. And then last question. Obviously, you guys are going into a break. You've had a really, really hot start to the summer. How would you evaluate the team's performance overall?
I think we are pretty good. I think even last bit we are good. We are just pretty unlucky. People would say that we didn't play as good as we do right now, but I think it was very similar to what's happening right now. We are just unlucky in some of the games, and that's why our record didn't look too hot. But now we are, I guess, a bit more consistent, so it's easier to get the wins.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. And once again, congratulations on Player of the Game. And more from us on the other side of the broadcast, where we'll be breaking down C9 versus FlyQuest.
Upgrade your shimmering slippers to keep sparkling.
Hey, Ash, what's your plan?
A new and very serious game, Jake from State Farm, but these in-game purchases are wrecking my wallet. I can't keep sparkling, Jake. I need a sparkle.
State Farm has options like combining home and auto, so you get a rate that fits your budget.
Very nice. The gameplay is really strategic, I swear.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
They give us love. They give us joy. They give us lessons in sharing. So give them some love back. And what says love better than something you can chew on? Use your MasterCard to make secure purchases from anywhere. So your gift will end up in the right hands or mouth. Because being there for each other is priceless.
Teams, 11 dreams, with all eyes on the LCS trophy.
When most fans think about gaming, they think of one name, and that's cream cheese.
Hey, buddy. In 2015, we started Team Fugitive together. Fugitive! I've played in huge arenas, gotten a ton of girls. I bought a Porsche. We're going to the LCS. Honestly, we'll probably win 7 championships.
He never met the expectations that he set for himself.
It's just a matter of time until Cream Cheese is no longer the face of the franchise. Because fans are ready for the era of Organism.
Organism, hop up in the middle. Into the middle?
He's gonna be the youngest pro player in North America.
I don't have that much time left. I've been here for 5 years. You've been here for 5 minutes. I can't play with him. I need to win a championship.